Hello. Welcome back to The Vocalyst. For those of you new here, my name is Bethany, and today we are listening to yet another new singer. Her name is Diana Navarro, and we're hearing the song El Perdón. Now, you guys know I love a good live performance. So even though the music video for this particular song has a lot of views, I went with like the second video down. It looks like it's a live concert. I don't speak Spanish, but I believe it was a tribute to Placido Domingo, so that's what we're hearing today. I know nothing about this singer. I tried to save all of my research for like mid-watching / the end, just so I don't ruin the surprise of what I'm about to hear. So, let's do it.
Por las veces que me engañaste, por los hijos que no me diste, las promesas que no cumpliste y los besos que no sentiste, el perdón, el perdón.
Ooh, okay, hold on. I gotta grab my phone. I wasn't sure if there was gonna be any translation on the screen, but I want to make sure I know what she's actually singing. The first thing that is standing out to me about her voice is her vibrato. And I know we haven't heard much. It's very soft and very speech-like, but she has just the most elegant flutter in her vibrato that I'm very curious to see how that's going to develop later on.
Por haberte callado tanto, las mujeres que mantuviste, por los abrazos manipulados, por los enfados descontrolados, el perdón.
You hear that at the end? Did you see? Oh my goodness. I apologize. I'm going to be pausing a lot. She has a very interesting mix sound, and what I love about it is how effortless and like neutral she kept her palette. I'm going to back it up just a smidge. When she went up to that high note, you don't see it at all. She doesn't give it away in her face, because she has such good nasal resonance. Watch that again. That's cool. Okay, this is such a unique sound. I would classify that entire section as head voice. However, there are certain areas that have a bit more of that mix sound to it. So she's engaging more of her chest voice, and she's using straight tone in order to bring just a little bit more bite and a little bit more presence to the sound. Let me back that up again. So very light and airy right there. That note at the top, it was still head voice, but you can feel how it, or hear how it has just a little bit more resonance, a little bit more presence to it.
Que eras mi dueño, manipulando todos mis sueños, enredándome con caricias, engatusándome con mentiras, el perdón. El perdón por haberte sentido sufrir. murió con el amor que mi amor te daba, despreciándome con silencios, la avaricia tu viva estampa, el perdón. El perdón te lo da Dios.
I'm going back. Her tongue is very flat, which y'all know I love. My mind is racing right now because this reminds me so much of sort of that melismatic singing that Dimash did in Stranger, which I fully own is a very foreign concept to me. I don't know much about it technically, so I'm trying to like dissect this sound that she's creating to see how it relates to the other. And the more I'm hearing, I feel like it's a version of mixed voice, which makes sense because many singers have far more agility in head voice than they do in chest voice. But in order to get sort of that presence and that ring and that really beautiful nasally quality, it sounds like she's engaging more of her head voice in order to do that. Let me go back just a smidge. I also really appreciate just her presentation right now. So many singers just phone it in when they have a good voice, and you can tell how committed she is to the text and what she's actually saying. See her tongue? Actually, it's flat in the back and it's raised, but you can see how it's just it's a little further back and it's not resting like on the bottom of her front teeth. So it makes me think it's even higher in her mouth than I originally noticed. Hold on. I want to go back. I love what she just did there. So as she's like slowly ascending, then she sort of, hold on, let me just play it again. I'm just going to mush my words. It's almost like it's suspended. You can hear the stretch in her voice. And then it like releases. Do you hear that? Hold on, let me play that again. That was the world's greatest, like, mouth shot. I'm going back. I I know that's such a weird thing to say, but when you were able to see like the entirety of like her palette, oh my goodness, I gotta see it again. I might pause. I know that's weird. Just bear with me. I don't know if I'm gonna get a good angle on this. One more time. I'm sorry. I'm trying to detect how high her soft palate is. You can see how high her tongue is in her mouth. I feel like her soft palate is up pretty high. Oh, I'm so intrigued. I'm so intrigued. Okay, so the reason I'm like honed in on that soft palate, I don't have a preference if a singer sings with their soft palate up or down. The catch is that when you have your soft palate up, you end up closing off the nasal port. So it's a lot harder to get sound out of your nose. So yeah, you can... I'm just trying to figure out how this sound is created. It's so fascinating and so beautiful. And the vibrato that she had at the beginning, it just matches so well. I can see how she incorporates that. Flutter might not be the best term. I'm trying to describe it, but it's a quicker rate. Her vibrato has a faster rate than you hear in a lot of traditional Western music. And so I'm just trying to figure out all the things. I don't usually do this, but I think I might have a listen to the music video. I just want to hear what like a studio session sounds like versus a live performance. So I'll be back. Okay, not watching the whole thing. I just want to hear a little bit of the beginning and the end.
Por las veces que me engañaste, por los hijos que no me diste, las promesas que no cumpliste y los besos que no sentiste, el perdón, el perdón.
I feel like in this mix, you can hear a little bit of those like higher overtones. It sounds a little bit brighter, a little bit more shimmery.
Por haberte callado tanto, las mujeres que mantuviste, por los abrazos manipulados, por los enfados descontrolados, el perdón, el perdón.
Ah, and also her vibrato isn't as present. Let me go to the end.
De mí, pero ha llegado tu fin. Te lo da Dios, pero yo
What a beautiful music video. This is the magic of editing. Yes, I did go back and watch because it was just so the few clips that I did initially, I had goosebumps because I love just that she was staring directly at the camera and just really just singing, speaking from the heart, and you could just feel that raw emotion the way they had that whole thing set up. I did do a bit of research after all, and while she is a Spanish singer, from what I've read, a lot of her music mixes a variety of genres and styles into her music, whether it be through technique or sound or rhythm, whatever it is. So you can see that. That was very evident in this one song alone. But for me, the big takeaway, I say this all the time. I am always amazed by what the human voice can do. If you think about, the first time you meet someone, there's kind of a general expectation of what their voice is going to sound like. Yes, it varies in pitch and timbre, but for the most part, it's just someone opens their mouth to introduce themselves and you're not surprised, But I feel like with singing, because you can do so many incredible things with air pressure and tension and resonance and placement and, the works. The sky's the limit. You can do so many things. And so I just think it's so fascinating to hear all of these unique styles. And obviously, I really want to learn more. You know what? Here's a question for you guys. If you know of a specific coach or teacher who really specializes in that sort of melismatic, very cool Eastern sound, I would love to know more. Or even if you know of books or some like pedagogy resources, because this is probably the biggest area of my education that is lacking. So I want to learn more, and I especially want to be able to like play around with it on my own. That's the thing. Like, you never know what sounds you can create until you start playing around, and it's a lot easier to do, when you're a child and you're just goofing off. But as adults, I feel like we develop this sort of professional demeanor. We take everything down a notch. We're a little bit more calm and collected in our everyday lives. And the thing is, in voice lessons, a big part of vocal development requires risk. You have to start making sounds that you don't in your everyday life when you're just talking to someone. And so in order to make room for discovery, it's okay to be a little silly and, close the door, make some squawking sounds, just to like play around with placement and space and tension and all of the wonderful things that help us create sound. Anywho, this was a cool one today. My teacher brain like lit up, so I have a lot of research to do, but thank you so much for this recommendation and for watching with me, and hopefully I will see you next time.